You need to understand cognitive energy management. Understanding this is going to help you stop trading from the emotional side of your brain and start trading from the rational side of the brain we both know you can operate at. When you're operating at 100% cognitive energy, your decisions are made by the rational side of your brain called the prefrontal cortex. However, as you use more and more cognitive energy, you begin operating out of the emotional side of your brain called the limbic system. But how are we actually using our cognitive energy? The answer is simple. Every decision you make costs energy. Now, this energy is quickly replenished. However, if you make too many decisions over a short period of time, these decisions are gradually going to become more emotional and more based off of habits that you have built in the past. Another thing that should be noted is that every decision you make decreases the max supply you have for that day. The average human makes 35,000 decisions per day. Around 5,000 of these are made in the first 2 hours of even being awake. So for most beginner traders, by the time they even begin trading, they're already operating at 80% max capacity. And by the time the markets have moved for just an hour, their cognitive load is completely zapped. So if you want to start trading from a more rational mindset, you're going to have to learn to conserve cognitive energy. The first way to do this is to plan everything in advance. Think of this like cognitive investing, making decisions now so they are cheaper later. And when I mean plan everything, I mean everything. Before you go to bed, plan exactly how you want your morning to go, so that when you wake up, you no longer have to decide what to wear, what to eat, if to shower or not. Make a pre-market plan, a couple expectations for what the market's going to do, and then a decision tree for what you're going to do if it does any of those options. Your risk management. You should not be deciding how many contracts you're going to place at the same time that you're trying to decide whether or not it is a valid trade. The second thing that you should be doing to conserve cognitive energy is increase the max supply of cognitive energy that you actually have. There are 3 very simple things you can do to increase your max supply. The first is sleep. Everybody needs a different amount of sleep, but you need to figure out how much you need, because sleep is the thing that resets your cognitive energy max. If you do not get a full reset, you're not going to start the day with a full 100%. The second is meditation. Meditation is sort of like a mini reset. It acts like sleep, only a little bit less efficient. However, you can do this multiple times throughout the day, before market opens, while you have a live trade open, or any time in between. The last is nutrition. Your brain primarily runs on glucose. Think of it like the actual fuel for your brain. It is extremely important that you eat at least something before market opens, so that your brain has some sort of fuel to use in order to make these 35,000 decisions. I know this seems simple, but often the truth is simpler than it seems.